Thanks for listening to Towards Fellowship for the week of January 7 to 13, 2018. Towards Fellowship is the Ministry Connection podcast of Fellowship Bible Church here in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Hi, this is Pastor Scott. Well, being in the Word is really important personally, but also we should be taking what we're learning in the Word and talking about that with our families as we go throughout our week and making the Word a priority in our home. A really easy way to do that is through the tool we've been talking to you about in church, the Quiet Time Diary. And the Quiet Time Diary is an age-appropriate quiet time for the entire family. And this past week, we have been in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 19, through Proverbs chapter 5, verse 23. So this is our focus passage of study for this particular week. So the key thought or key phrase from this passage, one could say maybe is focusing on seeking right relationships. You definitely see that as you open to Proverbs chapters 5, 6, and 7, where the writer there is talking about the dangers of immoral relationships. So we can see that in talking with our kids, that they have choices to make when it comes to their friendships and their relationships all the time. So whether it's friends at school, kids on the playground, our kids have opportunities to be salt and light, but this also gives us an opportunity to talk about sharing Christ and being aware of certain relationships that we probably should avoid. So those are some key talking points that we can focus on in that continuing theme in Proverbs of the wise person versus the foolish person, and the wise person makes wise decisions when it comes to their relationships. In Sunday school this past week, the kids studied the story of Samson, and Samson is obviously a guy who had problems with relationships. He had incredible opportunity, but he chose the path of a fool instead of the path of wisdom. So over the course of his life, he made increasingly foolish decisions, significantly influenced by the people that he was associating with. So that's a great connection between what we're learning in the quiet time and what our kids are learning in Sunday school, the importance of wise relationships. As we head into our focus with 5th and 6th grade with Ignite this week, Steve Bergen's going to be starting a series on the enemy. Who is he? So maybe some of our kids are ignorant, the fact that we have an adversary, an enemy, who is Satan. So we'll start to talk about that this week in Ignite. In 3rd place, junior high, Adam Vanneman is going to be talking to the junior high about the Beatitudes and going through a series on the Beatitudes. And this week he'll be talking about the poor in spirit. In 3rd place, senior high on Wednesday night, Pastor Justin's going to be continuing his series on prayer and meditation. Great thoughts to talk to your teens about relating to their prayer life. And you can even engage them about your own prayer life. In 3rd place, Sunday school, we'll be continuing our series in 1 Corinthians as the teacher is wrapping up chapter 10 and looking into chapter 11, dealing with the Lord's Supper, the Lord's table. So we would be encouraging you all this week to be engaging your kids in what they're learning and setting good examples ourselves by staying connected to Christ through His Word. So this was the Towards Fellowship podcast for the week of January 7 to 13, 2018. Thanks for listening.